Gang, we're going to be topping off the end of 2024 and getting ready for 2025 now. And we're going to be ranking our personal top 20 films along with we've got a aggregate list put together as well. Anyway, you're getting 20 through 11 from me first, and then we'll get into the individuality of it starting at 10. So, boom, here we go. My number 20 is It's Me, Billy, Chapter 2. Yes, Dave McRae and Bruce Dale's fan film sequel and finale for their Black Christmas story that they were telling. It's a short one, but I enjoyed this. And it's so well done, so well shot, so well acted. And I thought it was a good, it deserved to be on the list. So boom, number 20, It's Me, Billy, Chapter 2. If you haven't seen it, check them out on YouTube. Start with Black Christmas, 1974. Go to It's Me, Billy, Chapter 1, then Chapter 2. Icing on the cake. Number 19 for me, a lot of people's pretty high on this one. Smile 2. Good enough for the top 20? That's all I'm going to say. Number 18, The First Omen. Number 17, Speak No Evil. Number 16, Lisa Frankenstein. I'll be honest, when I saw Lisa Frankenstein, I thought that was going to be in my top 5. But, and I think we can have this conversation here in between mine and your list, Ziggy, but this was a strong year for horror. I thought. You know, one of the stronger ones that we've had in a while, which was why I felt comfortable saying, let's go for 20, you know? Especially this year, because based on the amount of stuff that came out and the amount of good stuff that came out, we could do 20, I think, pretty easily. Number 15, Alien Romulus. Sorry, FaZe.
It's okay.
It's still in there. But had its flaws. Yeah, it was good, but it had its flaws. Number 14, Apartment 7A, the prequel to Rosemary's Baby, which I was unsure about at first, but I thought it was pretty well done. So it made it. Number 13, Never Let Go. Number 12, Abigail. And probably the biggest disappointment, but still a good film, just wasn't as strong as the other two entries in the series. Maxine coming in at number 11. Boom, number 10 for me, Caddo Lake. And get your tickets now for Morgan Crypt coming up in Albuquerque, September. Tickets on sale now at morgancryptabq.com. I'm not going to list off all the ads every time. It's just something I felt weird about doing. So, Caddo Lake, I came too late. It came out in October on Max. I happened onto it mid-December, and I really dug it. And this is another thing we can talk about in between lists. There were some original damn films that came out this year. Originality stood out to me heavily in only a handful of flicks, but the ones that were original were very original, and I appreciated that. Number 9, Late Night with the Devil, another fun flick. Luckily, that I got to see in the theater. Instead of waiting for it to come out on Shudder like a lot of people did. But I happened into a screening nearby, and I took the trip to hit it up. David Dastmalchian is just incredible in just about everything he does, whether it's like that little itty-bitty role in The Boogeyman from last year or the lead in this. Can't wait to see what he's doing next. Number 8, Heretic, another kind of late edition. This came out in late November, I guess.
Yeah, it was fall.
Yeah, but struck a chord with a lot of viewers, not just me. We talked about it just not too long ago, though, when we did the full review. So I'll leave it at that. Number 7, this one I don't think a lot of people have seen, but it's on Netflix as well. It's called It's What's Inside, and this one's it's kind of a body swapping scenario, but they do it in a different kind of way. And I dug the hell out of this. I thought the script was very clever. I thought the characters played their roles well. I wouldn't say they were all likable characters. In fact, none of them are really likable characters. But they play the role well. And it's a nice little switch on the body swapping subgenre. So check it out. Number 6 for me, one of those little indie darlings, Cuckoo. Just a wild trip. Just a wild trip. This should be coming to streaming pretty soon if it's not already out.
It's on Fandango.
Yeah. But I mean, like on like a free service like Hulu or something. It should be coming to one of those soon. I'll try to let you know when it does so you can check it out. I recommend watching this one stoned. That's all I'll say. I think Ziggy would like this one. Number 5, we've already kind of talked about it a little bit with Bill, Longlegs. I need to rewatch this again. But I remember being very impressed with it the first time I saw it. I think I saw it a couple of times in the theater. So I never could bump it any further down than 5 on my list. I tried, but I just couldn't because I really respected this movie a lot. And now we get into the nitty gritty. Number 4, Oddity. Yes. I really enjoyed this guy's work. And even though I was talking about originality in some of these films, this one's not necessarily original. It's just a very good take on that classic kind of haunted story. And I really enjoyed it.
Messed up.
And it's a little messed up. Number 3, one of the latest movies I've seen, and we just talked about it in full a couple of weeks ago, Nosferatu. Made it to number 3. So, my top 2, actually, I just watched this the other night, and Demi Moore actually won an award for it. It's The Substance, number 2. And Demi Moore deserved every bit of that award. I'll say that. At the Golden Globes last night. Congratulations to her. And my number 1 has been my number 1 since I saw it. It was close to getting bumped by The Substance and possibly even Nosferatu, but it didn't. And it's Strange Darling. And yeah, that is my top 20. I love Strange Darling. Here's Joshua's list. Oh, you bastard. Number 20, Sting. Number 19, Trap. Number 18, The Strangers, Chapter 1. 17, It's Me, Billy, Chapter 2.
I love that that's getting attention.
Yeah, absolutely. Number 16, Mr. Crockett. That was on... I scrolled past that on Hulu to get to Night Bitch, which I just finished watching. Number 15, Imaginary. 14, Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. 13, A Quiet Place Day 1. 12, In a Violent Nature. 11, Alien Romulus. 10, The First Omen. 9, Salem's Lot. 8, Lisa Frankenstein. 7, Beetlejuice. 6, Abigail. 5, Smile. 2, 4, Late Night with the Devil. 3, Stream. 2, Maxine. And 1, Terrifier 3. All right, that's a list. Patricia, number 20, Late Night with the Devil. 19, Ghostbusters. 18, It's Me, Billy. 17, The First Omen. 16, Trap. 15, Curtains for Christmas. I missed that one. 14, Psycho Ape Part 2, The Wrath of Kong.
The heck?
All right.
That sounds cool.
I didn't miss that one. I'm not going to watch it.
That may be local filmmakers in...
It might be, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'll look for it at some point. Number 13, bathtub shark attack. Bathtub shark attack.
Bathtub shark do. Bathtub.
God damn it.
Sorry.
I actually have a old bath time shark attack story, but I'm not getting into it here. Number 12, Nosferatu. Number 11, Alien Romulus. 10, Salem's Lot. 9, Maxine. 8, Destroy All Neighbors. Interesting. 7, Tales from the Gross Side. 6, Beetlejuice. 5, Strange Darling. 4, Lisa Frankenstein. 3, Terrifier 3. 2, Oddity. And number 1, Abigail for Patricia. You guys want to talk about obscure? Here we go.
Number 20, There Is a Monster. Number 19, Last Night at Terrence Lane's. Number 18, Destroy All Neighbors. Number 17, Here for Blood. I love the titles of these things. Number 16, Mind, Body, Spirit. I did hear of that one. Number 15, Humanist Vampire Seeking Consenting Suicidal Person. I just read about this one the other day.
So, I want to see that one, actually. Yeah. I never could find it right.
It's like a horror comedy. Number 14, Quadrant. Number 13, Mad S12. Oh, no. Mads. Yeah, okay.
I watched that one. That one's a trip, dude.
12, Immaculate. That's a trip. What was that?
No, Mads. Mads is a trip.
Is that a Netflix?
Shudder.
Shudder. Great. Number 12 is Immaculate. Number 11, Daddy's Head. I did watch that one. I actually watched one on Grimmer's List. Wow. Number 10, Handling the Undead. Number 9, Lisa Frankenstein. Number 8, Crust. I've heard of that one too. Number 7, Stop Motion. Number 6, Humane. Number 5, Abigail. Number 4, Late Night with the Devil. Number 3, The Demon Disorder. Wow. Number 2, The Devil's Bath. And number 1, Exuma. You're going to see some of the same films here on this list in different places. Mm-hmm. And then you're going to see some stuff that you did not see on Crank's list. So let's get it going here. And James kind of with the spoiler coming right out the gate at number 20 with The Demon Disorder.
Yep.
There it is. I thought it was okay. And it just barely made the list. I mean, it pushed out 12 other films to get to 20 at least. So there's that. Number 19, Cadeo Lake. Is that how it was? Cadeo Lake? Caddo Lake?
Caddo Lake.
Caddo Lake. Yeah,
Jesus.
Okay. Yeah, you
really had to say it 4 different ways before, and none of them right.
I figured I would save it all, just get them all out there now. Next one I was kind of impressed with, for the most part, but then it kind of gets, every movie that's made like this ends the same fucking way. Subservience. Megan, who's that? Is that Megan Fox is in it? She's great. I mean, she gets to play a fucking robot. How perfect, You shouldn't have to act. So it's perfect. Number 17, I 100% agree with Crank. Maxine was a little bit disappointing after the first 2 entries in that series from Ty West. It's not horrible. It's just, I don't know, man. There was a lot going on, and it just wasn't as cohesive as the other 2, in my opinion. And I know I'm going to get hate for this one, man. Stream at 16. I thought this movie was way too fucking long. Even though I love the ending and the possibilities of futures like this with other horror elites coming in and doing a role in this kind of movie, great. We started something great here. This is good. But, this the concept is great of this movie. I owe it another view for sure. But, I mean, hey, it made the list. It's on the list.
That, and I think it'll be a fun franchise if they figure out somewhere to go with it. You know what I mean?
Said, it was brilliant, and that they could run this gag for 3 or 4 movies with the big ending. Who's going to be at the end pulling the strings on this one?
Sure,
that would be cool. Number 15, it was on Crank's list and a couple of your lists out there. It's Me, Billy, Part 2. I mean, these guys, this technically and how it looks and how it was shot deserves to sit with any production that's out there, man. Straight up. Straight up. These guys know what the fuck they're doing, and they did a great service to the Black Christmas original.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm happy they did it, man, because it absolutely fleshes everything out you would ever want from that Black Christmas story. So kudos to those fellas. Number 14, In a Violent Nature. Again, too fucking long. Great concept. And then you some great kills, very imaginative kills, and then you just kept doing the same artsy fartsy, same shot for 45 minutes, and it got old for me. I got smoked pot. I'm a short attention span. I need stimulation. I don't want to walk around the woods behind a guy like that. Number 13, Never Let Go. Very surprised at this, the balance of what they did with it, and you weren't quite sure if it was in her mind or there was something going on, so that was cool. For mainstream horror, yeah, of course. And then here it is, number 12, Long Legs, Vinnie Vincent, Nicolas Cage. I dig it. I like it because it did the same thing. It's you got this agent that's kind of got a gift. She's got a sense, but this guy's belief in the occult is so strong, he almost believes his own bullshit, man. It's crazy. So, I mean, that's what makes it work. I get it. However, I could not get around Vinnie Vincent. That's all I saw, and it ruined it for me. So, number 11, Salem's Lot. Dude, yes, it'll never, ever, ever touch the original. Never. But this wasn't a bad swing for this material, man. Much like the Dawn of the Dead remake, this Salem's Lot remake, although rushed, and there are a couple of things they figure out pretty fucking fast, it's still pretty decent and kind of a creepy vampire tale.
This is nowhere near as good of a remake as Dawn of the Dead is.
It's in that ballpark. For me, it is. It just they do a good job with those key scenes from the original. They do a really good job, and they manage to add a few other moments that the original does not have. So
I'll give you that, but
so okay. Again, it's my fucking list, so I don't.
I know, but for you to compare it to Dawn of the Dead as a remake, but
yeah,
woof.
It is. It's all right. It's all right. Come on. I could stop with Running Zombies, Crank, and that kind of destroys that fucking comparison right there. All right, number 10. Oh shit! I got to pull my list back up here. My phone turned off. Okay, here we go. I was super impressed with this at the time. It was way high on the list for the longest time. It actually held number 1 for a minute. But then as we've been seeing things, a lot of great movies this year, but Lisa Frankenstein hits 10 for me.
Wow.
I dug the story. It's so tongue-in-cheek and just dirty enough to where it's funny like that in the right way. And I love the way she played it. Ending kind of sucks with this one. That's what ruined it. So maybe a little bit higher if it would have went. Number 9, I love a good clown and a good gore story. Terrifier 3. I'm starting to see art as, I'm wondering what can they possibly come up with now? Now I get it. I see where we're going at the end of 3. So that's cool. Yes, great idea. If we do that, let's go down below. Let's go to the depths, man. Let's get in there and see what's going on. Let's see the fucking puppet masters. Yes, great. But beyond that, where are we going to go with this? What more can we do? I don't know if this has the longevity of like 13 movies or Halloween or Friday the 13th or Elm Street. I don't know.
I think he's already pretty much said 4, maybe 5 is it.
For him, though.
5 is stretching it.
I think they'll get another director if it wants to be done, and writers, just like the other ones, all got handed off. Our poor art will be handed off as well.
But see, since he's not dealing with a studio like that, I don't know if that's part of it.
That's true. He's not obligated to make shit. He could take it, ball, and go home. But why would you close a money printing mint? You just turn on the machine and ring the bell and take the cash, man.
Dude, all you got to do is every 5 years release a new DVD or Blu-ray, Oh, here's a new T-shirt. That's all you got to do.
Terrifier 3, a Christmas movie, was decent. I did enjoy it. And I think some of the kills in 3 do rival that one that we saw in 2, but I don't think they really touched that first one we got, man. The first, the gunshot scenes in the first one, and of course the hacksaw scene, dude, that is the stuff. But still, Terrifier 3 was great, and it's for the gore alone, it's in the right spot, I think, on my list. Number 8, Oddity. Crank talked about it. I talked about it. I liked it a lot, man. It's so creepy. And this the thing, it's right there on the cover that's kind of the focus, the golem or whatever the fuck it is. It's just cool. I like this guy's fucking style, man. So anything he makes, I'm gonna check out no matter what. Number 7, for the religious folk out there, it was Heretic and questioning everything, and god damn, this dude, I never expected him to take a role like this, and he was so damn good at it. Being a sadistic kind of make the choice, but educated as fuck on what he was talking about. That's what was cool. So
bad thing is he's never going to do another horror role again. He's going to they're going to throw offers at him left and right, and he's going to be like, piss off. No.
He'll probably get some real mainstream work based off of this film. I mean, he's that good in it. So, but hey, it keeps you guessing, kind of keeps you on the edge of your seat if you haven't seen it, and you're the religious type. You'll probably dig it, like I did. Number 6. I don't know. I might catch a couple stones here.
Let me get my rock
about it. Yep. Get the umbrella up. Yep. Nosferatu. We did it. We saw it. Yeah, you remember I had it at 8. I was the lowest score of this one. It's a master course on making a old style period piece horror film. And he poured on the scary. He put the horror, he put the dark in it, a lot more dark than Coppola did, in my opinion. I love the way it went, but I mean, in the end, we've seen the story so many times. I just think there's not much to add to it. I appreciated the designs of the vampire and everything, but yeah, you know what? 6. It almost made the top 5. So almost. So let's do it. Number 5. It was up there at the top for a minute, and then it started running into competition. Late Night with the Devil. I got to go see it in theaters on that limited edition.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah. All right. Number 4. And dude, this was the only movie this year I took a full point off of for just one scene that happened in it, which I went, don't do it. I mean, in the theater, and then they did it. Alien Romulus. It's a fucking adventure, man. It's great. It's great. He did a great job with this movie, except when he said, "Get away from her, you bitch." 79 years before it actually happened, or whatever it was. Minus full point. So, I mean, but still, I'm outside of that, the scenes of the aliens inside of people, unbelievable that you've never seen it like this. They did a great job with it, and it's super tense. It's an alien movie. It's like it's aliens and alien. They actually made it a little scary, but you got the marine stuff too, the adventure stuff that you wanted. So a great job, man. Number 3. And I felt like I got this one overhyped a little bit, but I still liked it a lot. And that's what I can't. Everyone just goes, "Oh my God, overhyped. What do you mean?" But Strange Darling. I like it. Okay. It's a great movie. It's cool. It's very neat. It's original the way they do it. Albeit predictable at when it doesn't need to be, but it is. I do like it. It's a great fucking movie. You'll enjoy it. You'll dig this thing. It's worthy of being on top of Crank's list and probably Colonel's if he were here tonight. But still, man, it's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, just watch it because there's some good twists that you won't see coming along with the ones that you will a mile away. And maybe that's by design. Who knows? But you'll dig it, man. It's a good flick. Number 2, sat on my list almost the whole year at number 1.
Until December.
I enjoyed the hell out of it. It's so slick. The ensemble cast is great. The ending final line hits a grand slam home run, perfect delivery, excellent, satisfying walkout. Yeah, Abigail. It's just fun, man. It has everything. It has everything. This movie was made with everybody in mind, and it fucking works. I loved it. Just a vampire ballerina getting kidnapped, but the whole thing was a fucking setup just to feed the vampire, and that's very cool. And then, of course, power hungry thugs want to become vampires, and doesn't quite work out if you've not seen it. But the ending line, mwah, chef's kiss, Abigail. Number 2 would have been number 1 if not for the viewing of this next film. And kudos to Demi Moore for winning the Golden Globe for The Substance. Fucking Cronenbergian masterful tribute here. This is awesome. It's just great. Now, it's an artsy-fartsy movie at the same time, but it's meant to be kind of a dark comedy in a way, but it's damn deadly serious with aging, and when your life and your well-being depends on your looks and your physical health, and it's taken away just by douchebaggery, the machine that is Hollywood. It's so fucking good, man. And Dennis Quaid, of course.
There you go.
Of course. Playing one of the biggest douchebag wrestling promoter type manager assholes you'll ever see. He's so good. And if you get sick watching people eat, you're going to be looking away several times while watching this movie when he's in it.
Well, during that scene, especially.
Yeah, it's gross.
So gross. But he's the perfect stereotypical douchebag of this movie. But if you haven't seen The Substance, 100 times yes, go see this. I mean, fuck, it's great. It's fucking fantastic. And that's what I got to say about it.
All right. Nice list. Ziggy?
My number 20, I'm just going to say right off the back since we're doing them all. This is not on anyone's list immediately. It barely made mine, and I only really put it on there because of the first 30 minutes, because everything else about it was pretty shit. But I only watched like 25 movies, so it didn't have much competition to go after. It's Y2K to start with. It started off so good, and then it just didn't, I like having it on the list anyway because it was okay at the end.
Literally 21 on my list.
Nice. We were still due for a great Y2K movie. It's not time yet, I guess. It probably hasn't been long enough yet.
Well, that one didn't know how to just went a little down the silly road. That's all.
Yeah. I don't mind the robots, though. It's all right. Next is Terrifier 3, which might seem low here, but Crank didn't even have it on his list, so... If the reason why it's so low, I mean, yes, the gore was great, but we were promised a bit of story and kind of ended up being a little bit of a lie, if you ask me.
Well, it was a bit, but he did what I said don't do. Don't ask a bunch of fucking questions without answering what you've already asked, and it is what it is.
The next one, which also wasn't on anybody's list, I'm pretty sure I didn't notice it, Beetlejuice. Also just barely scraped onto my list. Just barely. I had fun with it, it wasn't great, it definitely pales like hell compared to the original, but it is what it is. It's all right. I'm fine with it being on my list.
What did we say? We kind of said it was nice to reminisce and meet these characters again 40 years later, but that was about it, dude. There wasn't much to it.
Right. Then you got A Quiet Place Day One. Again, it was okay. I remember very much during our review of it, the people who did not watch it in the comments could not tell what kind of movie it was based on our description, just because it's such a strange fucking movie. But yeah, it's just another one of those okay movies. What's next? Imaginary. Yeah, this is one I have trouble remembering because it came out so early in the year. I remember being kind of about this. This would probably be a little lower, honestly, but I wanted to at least put it on the list somewhere because it wasn't terrible.
You don't have trouble remembering it. It's just that forgettable.
Sure. That was that one Blumhouse?
Yes.
It was.
That makes sense.
This is the one with the bear that wasn't there and all that shit. Okay, yeah. Very
There was a bear that wasn't there.
It had an interesting concept that went nowhere.
Right.
Absolutely nowhere. Then yeah, Lisa Frankenstein, probably a little bit low where it is, but that's another one that I have trouble remembering because it was another very early in the year movie. That's one I really, really want to watch again. I remember it being more of a comedy.
Yeah.
It was definitely, goofy. But yeah, I want to visit it again. I think it was a better visit to the 80s than Maxine was, if I remember right. Even though,
well,
two different worlds.
How about
different worlds in the 80s, though?
That's
more
true.
Stylized in Lisa Frankenstein than Maxine.
Right.
Is more the gritty reality of what was going on. So.
That's fair. That's fair. And then Smile 2, which did you guys have this anywhere on your lists?
I was not a fan of that. I liked the first 2 acts. I hated the third act of Smile 2.
That's fair.
It was
maybe the ending. If it leads, like I said on my review on this show, if they take that ending now and we have a cursed audience that's going to deal with this, it could be mass hysteria. Okay, I'm in. But
it was my 19.
Okay.
And Crank said, nope, we're going to have like Final Destination, a half a dozen kids that got dinged by the curse in the crowd, and we'll follow them, which I think is a fucking horrible move. But
yeah, it definitely did not land well at all. It's another one I'm kind of trying to remember. I probably ranked it a little too high again, but I remember going out of this being like, all right, that was okay. That was an acceptable horror movie.
Yeah, but then everything else was, I had over fucking 20 that were better than that.
That's fair. I haven't watched very many this year. It's a problem. It probably could have easily gotten bumped out. Then you got Salem's Lot, which, yeah, I mean, I almost forgot about this one until I noticed it on Ziggy's list. I'm not going to lie. I mean, obviously, it's nothing compared to the original or even to the book, but it was still a good, I appreciated it for what it was.
A nice tribute to the material.
That's a beautiful way to put it. The next is another one I did not see on any of your lists, and I'm just being the individual over here. Ghostbusters: Frozen Empire. I didn't quite like it as much as I did the last one that came out, the Afterlife.
Right. Afterlife was in my top 3, I think.
Yeah, I just love the ending of that, but I've heard some people say they like Frozen Empire more, and I get it. I get it. It's not my opinion, but I get it.
27 on my list for Ghostbusters.
That's fair. Then I think I matched Crank with this number 11 with Maxine, because you also had Maxine on the So not much more I could say about that. It was a good, disappointing, yes, but it was following Pearl, dude. That's my God. That's so much to follow. Such a huge, great movie. I mean, that practically is a 10 out of 10 movie. This Pearl. Yeah. My God. So I never expected it to be as good.
Right.
But it was still great.
And by the way, Salem's Lot is number 41 on my list.
Wow. Okay. That's fine. So,
that's why.
Well.
All right.
Coming to number 10.
Yep.
It's Me Billy, Chapter 2.
Woo,
Gotta give some love to this, man. I really, really like this. It may even be a little bit low here, but it's fine. It's in the top 10, so that's what counts. Number 9. Oh, okay. It's going to be Never Let Go. I actually really loved this one. I was interested by the trailers, but I was cautious because it seemed like something that could get weird. And it did get weird. It got a little bit dumb, but it's okay. It still kept you thinking throughout the whole thing. I didn't mind the twists as much as some people did. Some people hated it because of the direction it went. I didn't mind it so much. It's a really interesting concept. It's definitely worth a watch.
Yeah, because they got you thinking she's a nut job.
Yeah. Then, this next one. So I was making my list, and I meant to bump this one up to, under the top 10, but it ended up just getting left The Strangers Chapter 1.
Mm.
I wanted this in my top 20 somewhere. I just didn't quite know where. The 8 spot was open, so I just put it there so I wouldn't forget it. And then I instantly forgot about it again.
And then never reshuffled the list?
Never reshuffled the list. Well, I reshuffled the list, but I forgot about that when I reshuffled it. So it's like, fuck.
And this is a
It's all
trilogy
right, though.
coming at us, huh?
It's okay. This would probably be more like 18, though, honestly. Like, this is really high for Strangers Chapter 1. Like,
That was absolutely one of those. Why did they do this again? Why did they need
yeah,
to do this again? Yeah.
it was one of those kind of why. Like, it was definitely just okay. The next one, which is definitely more than just okay. We're getting on to the better stuff here. Oddity. I mean, you guys put it really well with this one already, so I can't really. It was nice. I've got Late Night with the Devil up next.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I had to have this up there. Didn't quite make the top 5, but just barely scraped in there. This is another good one. If you haven't seen it, go see it. That's all I really can say right now.
You almost got to see it a couple of times because there's a lot of shit happening on all around. You got to kind of watch different things.
I fully agree with that.
You'll notice things, and it's cool.
I fully agree.
It's subtle, but it's cool.
This next one I watched most recently out of any of these. I had a choice between this and Strange Darling. I don't know. I'm wondering if I shouldn't have watched Strange Darling, but this was still a fine, wonderful choice. The Substance.
Wow.
And it may even seem very low at number 5, but I really like these top 4. And maybe this one is still, I mean, this was really fresh in my brain when I made this list. I mean, really fresh.
Looking at your list, looking at the rest of your list, though, I see why it's at 5.
Sure. I percolated the Substance for a few days, dude, and just went, Jesus Christ, I can't stop thinking about it. You know what I mean?
The more that it ages in your brain and it gets better the more you think about it, it'd probably be more like maybe 4 or even 3 for me now, but I'm okay with it at 5. Number 4, this one surprised me. Heretic. And yeah, it's pretty damn high on my list, but dude, I love those movies that, you know, kind of, I'm not even sure how to put it in the words. Just that religious, but also like very expanded thought. Like it's not just shoving this one idea down your throat. It's really trying to like give you, like, I really don't know how to put it. It's a really good movie. But yes, number 3, my most anticipated movie of this year, Alien Romulus. Thank God it made it into the top 5. I was worried this was going to suck, but I'm glad that it didn't. It was great. It wasn't perfect. You know, it wasn't everything I wanted out of it. They took a cheesy line and they took a great line from Aliens and made it super fucking cheesy in this. It's just like, God damn it. That really hurt it. And there were
-1.
Things. Good -1 for that. Yeah. The number 2, which I matched Ziggy, because I didn't even realize this, that we both had the same exact movie as our number 2, but Abigail. A very surprise. I went into this thinking I wasn't going to care about this movie at all. It's just going to be another fucking whatever flick, like everything in my 15 and under. But no, this movie kicks ass.
Fucking smart, man.
It's smart. Those characters, not just Abigail herself, but all the other characters are great. The way the whole conversation they have, like from the 20-minute mark to like the 40-minute mark, it's all so fucking good, dude. And then she just starts kicking ass. Just the whole thing just keeps getting better and better and better. This movie is just so good. My God, I loved Abigail.
Just fun, man. It's one for everybody.
And if you haven't figured it out by process of elimination, my number 1, just did it last week. I gave it a 9.5 for fuck's sake. It's Nosferatu, baby. Dude, loved the atmosphere of this movie. It just looked so beautiful. I didn't care that it was a little long. I barely noticed it. Fucking just such a great. I love the original OG Nosferatu. And just this is a great return to that universe, that very dark, modernized take of Nosferatu. It's just so great. I have so much love for this movie.
Man. All right.
Yeah.
The phase list.
Here it is. The Colonel 2.
Strange Darling. What did I tell you?
Hold on. You're starting at the top. He says, sorry, I was watching Beetlejuice with the Sarge. And he starts with number 20, Beazle. Number 19, Beetlejuice. Number 18, Alien Romulus. 17, The First Omen. 16, A Violent Nature. 15, VHS Beyond.
I didn't get to see that one.
Neither did I. I want to.
14, Azrael. 13, Terrifier 3. 12, Salem's Lot. 11, Maxine. 10, Longlegs. Immaculate at number 9. 8, Smile 2. 7, Lisa Frankenstein. Wow, I'm shocked that one's as high up on his list. 6, Abigail. 5, Heretic. 4, Late Night with the Devil. Wow. 3, The Substance. 2, Nosferatu. And number 1, Strange Darling.
We were both right.
You can't see me celebrating. Yeah.
All right, Colonel.
So let's look at what we put together here for top 20. All right, so we got 20, Speak No Evil, 19, Apartment 7A, 18, Ghostbusters. All right, Smile 2, 16, Caddo Lake, 15, It's What's Inside, 14, Cuckoo, 13, It's Me, Billy, 12, Lisa Frankenstein, 11, Maxine. All right, 10, Long Legs, 9, Never Let Go, 8, Strange Darling, because Faye didn't fucking see it. 7, Alien Romulus. 6, Late Night. 5, Heretic. 4, Oddity. 3, Abigail. 2, Nosferatu. And 1, The Substance. So
Strange Darling only hits an 8 there with only having it on 2 lists, huh?
Yeah. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching. As always, one more time, let us thank our members, our final girls and guys, Christy, C. Faze, Lorena, BD, Alex, and Robert, our Crazy Ralphs, Bell's Fancy Creations, Dr. Smiley, Raymond, and the whole damn Enchilada Pod. And, of course, our camp counselors with 2 new additions, not just 1, 2 new additions. Adam, Corey, Christy, Luke, Lou Loomis, Jimmy and Rachel, Stacy Lynn, Orlando, Chuck Schick, Dave, Carl Spackler, Patricia, Kristen, and JJ.